Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So we are on the last episode of six episode series of Asynchronous Apex. Um, Today we are going to look on how to monitor Asynchronous Apex, as we have been talking about this in the previous episode as well. So previously we have seen scheduled jobs, how scheduled jobs are written, how to what are the purpose and uses, and we also seen the challenges. So in this video we'll talk about how to monitor asynchronous effects. So coming back to the point, like yeah, in the previous all the episodes we talked about how to the switcher method, batch apex, queuable apex, and schedulers. How would you monitor your jobs which are in asynchronous process, right? So we heard that there was an id which was written whenever you schedule the job or run the batch apex, right? So that's how you can query and see both the job process. So we'll see those things in detail, how to monitor different type of jobs and how to use the flex queue. Okay, so flex queue is a new term that we have came across in the entire series. So let's talk about this. So monitoring asynchronous jobs, the thing is, see, the great thing about jobs, async jobs are they're like working silently in background. Also, it's very tough for async jobs to be tracked because they work in the background, right? Because so that's how it's both ways, But the thing is, we are able to do track those and monitor those async jobs. So we have like two ways. The first is like through UI. In the setup you can like enter jobs, and in quick find job you can see the apex jobs. So I'll show you quickly like how it is been done. So first is like you can just enter here jobs, and you can see apex jobs. So apex jobs here, currently there is no async jobs which I have which I have like generated or executed. So there's nothing here. We'll see that in we'll see that later. Now coming back to here, so I'll show this entire thing. Like they are saying that if you go here, you can see the different types of jobs. Currently here you can see there's batch apex and one future. Okay, with the job apex job ID. Okay, this apex job IDs we have heard like whenever we execute a batch apex or a queuable apex. Okay, we get a job ID as a return type. However, that's not possible in future because future doesn't give you a job ID at the runtime. Okay, so you have to go back into the apex job and filter it out using your batch this, and maybe the apex class name or the apex class method from which it was being called, right? So that also has been given into this article. If you have many jobs, you use the batch jobs, okay, you can open batch jobs. Okay, there is also one more thing which they have mentioned here is that there is a special page for a different page for your batch job. So whenever you schedule a batch job, you can see in this link, and you can filter them out with the range as well, like from this date to this date. So it will automatically get filled out. Okay, further going down they said that you have a batch job, you can click out more info, and then that info will show you how many, what is the status, how many failures, how many batches they have run, what's the time, right? So that is the information that we can get from that. Also you can also monitor the status of apex jobs in apex flex queue. Flex queue is also one of the monitoring monitoring tool for our asynchronous jobs. Okay, from setup jobs we'll see that into the section where we see the flex jobs. Okay, we talk about that in detail. Then coming forward, monitoring future jobs. So as I already told you, future jobs are not part of like a flex queue because when the job execute you don't have the ID. Okay, so then what how you will do it, like you have to filter out with the method name or job type, okay, to find a job. There are few sample given into this. So I've already opened this website, and then there are few queries which has been given, like select count, like how many types, how many number of future jobs you wanted to query with the filter type as future, status is this. Okay, so the healthy discussions is happening here, so you can check it out there. So basically the idea behind is all the things is like future method doesn't give you doesn't return you a id, hence you can't monitor them, so you have to filter via query only. So whenever you query like via SQL, you just give filter them with method id. So now the second way of monitoring your async jobs, first is the UI way, where you can just go to the jobs, apex jobs, and flex jobs to monitor your this. But there's another way, like you can query those jobs. So whenever uh, your like queuable jobs, your batch jobs, your schedulables are executed, they return you a job ID, and those job ID you can get it and query the like query the async apex job. It will give you async apex job object, and it will give you different status, number of errors, okay, the many more fields. You can query that. Now flex jobs, the flex queues, okay, monitoring queue jobs with flex queues. So flex queues are enabled to have 100 batch jobs for executions, okay, anytime the jobs submitted executed holding status. So say for example, your 100 jobs run at one time, so in that queue it is present in a holding status, okay. Up to 100 batches can be hold up. So jobs are processed first in first out. So say for example, there are 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, and then 2.1, 2.2. So as and when the sequential adder the first in first out, so only first job which is enter the queue will enter, like it's a pipeline way. From one end it enters the pipe, and the other one it gets out of the pipe. So that's all, first in first out. Okay. In the flex jobs you can also choose the job and shuffle the queue, like one, if you wanted to do like an important job first before some the other, you can just rearrange them there in the apex flex job. When systems are available, pick it up from next one, and then see when the jobs come into the queue, it is not executed right away. It is kept there for in the holding status, and whenever the resources are available for in the organization, in the org, in the resource org to execute them, it get executed, and the status becomes holding to queued, okay, been moved to holding to queue jobs get executed when the system is ready to process new jobs, okay. Like other jobs, you can monitor queue job in apex job space similarly, okay. And then they also, like whenever it's coming to the queue, okay, um, some pick up the next job from top apex flex queue and move it to the batch job queue, okay. So when the system is not available, the system picks the next job from the queue, which is like second job from the and queue, and moves to batch job queue. In batch job, the batch jobs can process like 5 active and queue jobs into simultaneously. So flex jobs, it moves to the queues, and then the status becomes from holding to queue, okay. Queue jobs get executed in system when the processes are ready, okay. Hence that is the thing. We'll see where is the flex jobs in our org. Here you can type flex jobs, apex flex queue. So here you can see all the jobs here, okay. Currently there's nothing. I'll show the jobs while running. I'll execute 2 3 jobs, one of each type, and we'll see and monitor like how they are doing, okay. Then monitoring schedule jobs, we know that whenever a scheduler is been whenever the schedule execute is happening, we get an id, and then we can get a cron expression like times time triggered, like what time, and next time fire time, right. So that is the kind of job id. With the job id, you can also further get the cron trigger record, okay, which have another set of fields, okay. So it is different. So in cron trigger only, like because scheduler has the cron trigger as a, I think it creates a cron trigger object, as we already talked about in the previous episodes, okay. So it is a job id which is written by the system of schedules. When the system of schedule is been executed, you get a job id, and then you can get the cron trigger with that job id, okay. Then going further, okay, they're given that, okay, how like in whenever, if you want to get the values at runtime, say when you can put that this SQL queries in the execute method itself. So now how will you get a job id? Job id with this schedulable context will give you a job id at runtime, okay. Get triggered id, and using that id, so this query and this query is similar. This is like when you, this is outside your system.schedule code. Whenever you wanted to externally run your schedulable, then you get that id, and then you execute this to get a cron trigger. This at runtime, when you schedule these things, you don't have to pass an extra id there. It is by default like taking from this schedulable context sc this parameter, and then it get the get trigger id with the trigger id method, and it will get the cron triggers. So that's pretty much on this side, okay. Let's see what it is about the quiz. What type of job do not show up in the apex plus queue? I'll give you 3 seconds to guess. So it's future method, because apex plus queue will not give you future methods, okay, okay, because it doesn't have the id. Then what statement is true regarding the flex queue? That's for everyone. Jobs opposite first information. Yeah, this is the one. So that's pretty much on this side, okay. Let's see what it is about the quiz, okay. Let's see the results. Oh, we have completed our batch of asynchronous jobs. We'll see the, so this is not the end. we'll see the execution of we'll see the monitoring of the job, because I told you that we will do that. So we will run each and every type of jobs, and we'll see how to monitor that. Okay. Yeah, so firstly we'll see the future method. We'll run our future method in which we have developed in the unit of the future methods, using like use future method. So we have created this account process method at the time. So what is account method is expecting is to have a count of ID. So naturally, so we'll do this entire process execution through as asynchronous and sorry, not asynchronous, anonymous window. So the shortcut key for anonymous window is Control E. Okay, so since it's asking us for a list of account IDs, so we'll create a list of IDs. Okay, ACC ID and new ACC, so new list of ID. Okay, and in the constructor we'll pass one account ID, which is my this Burlington Textile Corp America. So in that challenge we created one custom field called as number of contacts. Okay, and the challenge was like, whenever future map executes, it counts the number of contacts associated for that particular account on that field. Okay, so currently we only have one. So when this batch gets executed, the number one should be like stamped here, number of contacts field. Okay, so actually we'll copy this account ID. Okay, because obviously not good practice, but for explanation I'm just copying it here. But in the real time on your projects, do queries each and every follow each and every record and follow the best practices. Okay, so this is the one. So this ID will hold this list will hold only one type of one ID. Okay, now simply we have to do is, because since it's a static method, directly we can call account processor. Okay, dot count contact. Okay, so static method, which is like is the method which can be directly called without any instance of a class. So we'll pass the account ID in this, and we'll just execute this. Before executing, I wanted to show you that I don't have any Apex jobs in my, like any jobs running in the Apex jobs. So naturally when the this code will execute, you will see a future method here. Okay, so nothing to do much, then just click open log and execute. Okay, execute. So yes, oh, we get an error that string found in ID. So maybe like the constructor is, this is when you're passing through constructor, it's giving us a string, because obviously it's a list of IDs. So let's add this via the standard method of list dot add, not giving any suggestions. Okay, let's do with this ACC ID we have copied properly. All right, so let's execute this. Okay, so it worked, and executable. Okay, now we have nothing here, nothing on debug statement. Executable, you could just see like it's a execute anonymous apex. We can directly go to the apex jobs and just refresh this stage. We might see that there will be one future jobs, okay, which is completed already. So this is how you monitor your jobs. So here the job type is future completed, and the method was this, and the class was this, and the job ID for this. Okay, now just verify like if our job run and it really worked or not. So number of contact is nothing. We'll just refresh this as well, and one should be stamped on that detail page. So yeah, nice. So this is the execution of the future method. So now we'll see the execution of batch apex. So in the previous units, we have created this batch class, right? So let's execute them. It's a simple batch job which just queries the lead and update that with the lead source as dream1. So let's do this. So simply we'll just go to the anonymous window. So this is the previous code we had. For batch class, we just simply need to have a okay, it will give you a ID type. Okay, job ID, and simply it will hold then database space dot execute batch. Okay, so two types of so when you not pass any parameter, which is the second type, the default value will taken like 200, and if you wanted to specify any batch size, right, I just say 50. So 50 will be the number of records, the batch size, the execute method will process. Naturally here the batchable context, so we have to create the instance of your batch class. So naturally create the instance, lead process lp is equal to new lead process, and done. And then you can just simply pass this instance to the batch class. Okay, so let's see what is there in our Apex jobs. Currently we only have future method. So now when we execute this, we'll see the batch job running here. Okay, we will also okay, we'll also like print this job ID, okay, into the into the like debug logs, so that we will able to query those that job. Will show you the different type as well. So concatenating because of the string. So this is our batch job. Okay, let's execute this. Okay, so firstly, whenever you run your code from Anonymous, you can check because we have selected the open the logs, so we can naturally see the job. You can see the job statuses here, like your log status. It is success. So our last batch transaction was successful. Okay, so when you execute batch, you get four type of batch logs. Okay, then let's see your debug log. Is there any log here? Yeah, so we got the job ID, which is then which will we will use this to query our async jobs. But firstly we'll go to the Apex jobs and see is there any entry there. Yeah, so we have one batch Apex. Total batch was one and it is completed. So this was the job ID. Let's see if it is same as what we got in the debug log as now. Yeah, it is the same. Okay, here it is 15 digit, it is 18 digit naturally, because when we print that three alphabets have been attached by Salesforce itself. Okay, for obviously obvious purpose, so we'll see that into the future videos. So we will also see like on the link that they have added to see like how your jobs your bad jobs was processed or not. So this is a separate link which opens in the classic view. So naturally you can see that, yeah, so they have asked us to click more info, and more info will give you more details about your batch process total batches. I think the same information is given here. Okay, but this is only for bad jobs. So because if your system has multiple bad jobs running from from the entire week or so it gives you that. So I guess it's pretty much on the batch. Now we look into our queuable jobs. So in our previous unit, we created this queuable job in which we are passing the parameter in the constructor of the queuable job of a contact type and a string of like a billing state. So this account will be queried with a billing state, and this queuable job will create one contact instance for that particular queuable job for that particular account. Okay, so that's the same drill, and we will open our anonymous window. So now naturally this instance will have a parameter of contact C. So I'll add one C here and a string literal of OH which we have provided in the billing state here, right? So naturally we'll execute this, and then we'll see that we don't have any queuable jobs running here. So query of this will give you a ID as well. So we'll just print that ID in the system.debug. Alright, so we're ready. Let's execute. Oh my god, we have not replaced this keyword with our queuable job instance. Okay, now we are ready. Okay, our queuable jobs is executed. Let's see the debug if we got the job ID. We got the job ID. We'll verify if this same job ID in the Apex job as well. Okay, now you can see there's a queuable job. Total batch 0, no failures, completed. Control F V. Okay, so yeah, it's there. So that's pretty much how you will monitor the queuable jobs. So finally now we'll see our schedule jobs. So in the schedule job unit, we have created this scheduler for us, and then it is simply querying the lead source lead record and updating the lead source lead reinforce. Okay, now scheduling the jobs schedule jobs, we learned that it could be scheduled by two ways. So firstly, going to the setup and seeing the Apex classes, and then there you will have a schedule button, your like schedule apex button, in which whatever class that you have, right, apex class, you can search from this. So whatever schedule job you have created, okay, you can select that, give a job name, and select any day or like time, okay, and schedule it, and that job will execute every Monday, at this particular time, and you can specify the at the date, start date and end date, from which date to which date. You can also schedule the job monthly, okay, like on first day or on first Saturday or first Sunday in the week. So that's how, like, it's like a visual representation of your cron expression only, okay. So that this is the first way. The second way, okay, my bad, I just cancel this, okay. So the second way is like, you can schedule your jobs via cron expression, which we have seen in the unit. So we have not gone to details in that video. So here if you see, the cron expressions. So cron expressions are nothing like, they are basically the representation of what you saw, like seconds. The first parameter is second, second is minute. So and the value range they have given, naturally your 0 to 10 seconds, minute is the same, hours, days of the month, days of the week, and optional year. So following this table, what I have did is I have set 0 for seconds, 0 for minute, 0 for hour, 24 is my day in the month, which is this, and 7 is my year, like the year, the month in a year, okay. So if you see, I think the fourth and fifth parameter, right? So fourth parameter was 1 2 3 4 is the day of the month, which is today is 24th, and day of the month like 24th, and the month is my 1 to 20, 1 to 12, right? So mine is July, which is 7 8 9 10, okay, yeah, 7. So and then I have kept all, like star will means every day, like every day of the week, like Sunday to Saturday, and like optionally I have like star, like for every year it should execute, okay. So that's how the con expressions works, like in the code, okay. So how does schedule job run? Schedule jobs get executed by system dot schedule method. It takes three parameters. First is the name of the job. Obviously, there also you saw that there was a field in which you have to enter your job name, the cron expressions, which is this, and your instance of your uh, this your schedule job, okay. I think we are almost done. Yeah, one thing you have to see is the system dot debug and enter the job ID, schedule job, job ID. Okay, so let's execute this. Okay, suppose pending both a day of week and a day of the month parameter is not implemented. So I've updated the cron expressions now, because there was some error. I've tried multiple options and it was not working. So the thing is, I will change the cron expression to re-imply the things that this cron expression will schedule the scheduler, the schedule job at every 10 o'clock in the night. Okay, so let's execute this. Alright, so we got the debug, and we'll see if there's a debug log. Yeah, we do have a debug log. This one, let's copy this, John. Okay, we'll see in the Apex jobs as well if we get the. Okay, we got the schedule, the Apex. It is in queued status, which is nice, like because it's gonna run at 10 o'clock in the night. So what else do we have? Okay, we have to query and see the jobs, right? So we'll query one job ID. Okay, we copy this, and we'll copy this and run into the query editor. Okay, this job ID equal to the one, I think we got 3 4, right? So we'll just see our schedules Apex I job ID. So we'll just query and execute. Okay, queued, status is queued, number of errors is 0. Okay, similarly, okay, we'll just query everything in. This is also one more in operator. So 4 jobs we have. One we already copied, second is this one, third is this, our batch, fourth is future method. Okay, let's execute and see the status. Unknown passing error. Job ID in. Okay, where ID? Bad. Execute. Okay, completed. Complete status in this. Do we get like something else as a name or something? Okay, count trigger. We're not taking the count trigger right now. We'll cover that into another video. Okay, I think we are done on the monitoring of Asynchronous Apex. I hope you enjoyed this series. There are many more series coming forth on this channel, so please do subscribe, like, and share with your friends. Okay, do support. Thank you so much.